What's up, guys? Do you feel sometimes that your joints are limiting you in your workouts? So your joints hurting? Are your knees, shoulders, elbows? Are you getting those pains from lifting heavy weights all the time? Are you finding that that pain is limiting you in your workouts and maybe even slowing you down? Well, today I'm going to show you a trick that's going to help you keep building muscle, but help save those joints, help you recover, and help you grow in just 5 seconds. So what is this mystical training method that I'm talking about? It is known as time under tension training. This is going to involve eccentric loading, concentric loading, and isometric holds. But what it's not going to involve is you smashing your joints to pieces. This is not going to require heavy loads. It's going to require you to have a good mind to muscle connection, which is something we always want to build. And today I'm going to show you one exercise for every body part that you can put into your training routine to help you develop that muscle, but also give your joints that little bit of respite that they might need. You can put this into your normal routine, and obviously as you get better at this, maybe put 2 exercises into each routine, but for starting out, just one will do the job. Let's crack on. So we're going to start it out on the lower parts. We're going to start with some leg extensions. Now the process of this is going to be 5 seconds over 4 phases. So we're going to be doing a concentric, an isometric, an eccentric, and then a stretch, each one for 5 seconds. Most important thing on this is going to be the longest explanation because so many people fuck this up. You want the pivot point in line with your knees. You want the back of your knees on the pad. If your knees are not on this pad and they're further forward and there's a gap here, you're going to put stress on the knees and bust them up. Bad times. Handles are here for a reason. Grip and pull on the handles as you drive. That's going to keep your hips down. How many people do you see doing this stuff? That's because they're not thinking about their body. They're thinking about moving weight from A to B. This method is going to make you think about mind to muscle, and it's going to make you think about contractions and help you connect and also find bad habits you've got and help you fix them. So find a weight that you can do around 20 reps on. We're going to be doing 8 reps of the slow holds. Then we're going to finish with 12 normal reps. The 5-second phase is easy. We're going to come up for 5-second count. Feet parallel. 2, 3, 4, 5. At the top, point the toes. Squeeze the quads. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the toes in. Start lowering down over 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As it comes towards the base, don't let the stack touch. And hold that stretch there. Hold that load. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to repeat this 8 times, slow and steady each way. This is going to stop you kicking out and having those bad habits of just swinging the weight through. Once you've done all 8 of these and you get to the bottom, you get that final 5 count hold, then it's straight in, 12 reps, gripping those handles, keeping those feet parallel and toes up this time. If you want to, you can point the toes, but a little less control. You get those 12 reps and you're going to really feel that burn, that blood right in the muscle. Once you hit that 12, down, rest. You're going to do 3 to 5 sets of this, and I promise you, you will feel nothing like it. You will have no joint pain, but maximum muscle activation. Next up, arms. So triceps, we're going to be using the V-bar and the cables. Now you can alternate the grip accordingly as you play with this. Don't be afraid. What I show you here, you can take it and go, but then go and twist things around and make a move as you see fit. But we're going to take, again, same thing, a rep range where you can do 20 reps on that weight, 8 and 12s like before. For this, pointers, shoulders back, rib cage down, hips slightly kicked back. What we're not doing is leaning over. From here, you're going to keep that scapula engaged. You're going to pull down with the elbows, and this is your start position. Start right, you'll finish right. From here, we're going to come down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, flex that tricep at the bottom. Look how my arm is at an angle. What I'm not doing is this. Arms at a slight angle, and I'm squeezing that tricep. I've got a little bit of flexion at the wrist. Then I come back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No elbow movement, no swinging back and forward, shoulders still in place. At the top now, I'm going to squeeze my biceps and help stretch that tricep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before starting all over again. 8 reps like that, and then we're going to move straight in. 12 reps, strong, focusing, no swinging. Squeezing that tricep at the bottom, squeezing that bicep at the top. Bam, 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 bam. Biceps. Bicep curls with the straight bar on the cables. Now we're doing it on the cables because it can offer constant tension if you put a little bit of a body lean on. But you can do this with dumbbells, you just gotta be super controlled and not get lazy. What we're looking for on this, we're looking to keep our elbows tight and in a fixed position. What I'm not doing is letting my elbows swing back and forth. Again, my rib cage is down, my scapula is engaged, and I'm not pigeon necking. So tuck that chin in and keep that nice alignment. From here, we're gonna come up over 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Squeeze at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not doing this. Keeping those shoulders down now, because this is the point where people want to do that hunch over and shoulder release. We're going to release out, away from the body. 5, 4, now the biceps under tension. 3, 2, 1, get to that bottom. Keep an angle on the arm now. That's going to keep tension on the bicep. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, before returning. Nice and slow. And look at the tension on the muscle. Veins popping. This is not heavy weight. If I was to just rep this all day, you do it this way, you're creating overload with light weight. And like I said, once you've done those 8 reps, back in with those 12, keeping that form, no swinging, not letting the elbows kick back, elbows fixed, shoulders back, chest up, rib cage down, chin in, boom. Big biceps, 5 seconds. Next up, shoulder press. Now this is one that causes a lot of pain for a lot of people. It's also one where people have a lot of bad habits and get injured from it. By doing the slow work on this, by doing the time under tension, we're gonna realize those bad habits and we're gonna help create that mind to muscle and form connection. We're gonna do this without a supporting back on this one. But if you find it's a little unstable without it, you can put the bench seat upright and have that as a rest point behind you. Bring the dumbbells up, we're gonna turn them out. This is our start point. I want my rib cage down. I'm going to make sure my feet are planted, and from here I'm going to tilt the dumbbell heads in. Real little tilt, bing. This is going to keep it all focused on that shoulder. I'm going to come up over 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. This is working my core and everything now. At the top, what I'm not doing, banging and touching. Coming up, straight arms, shoulders down, not hitching. Then coming back down the exact same way we went up, over 5 seconds. 2, 1, get to that base, keep that load point, don't let it touch the shoulders, hold for 5, and then repeat. Obviously once we get 8 reps in from these, then we're going to try and maintain that postural strength, rib cage down, keep it controlled, and rep 12 reps to the death, to the pump. And tell me, after doing that, give it one go, and tell me that doesn't feel as good as those heavy ass shoulder presses you ground through, gritted your teeth on, and end up tearing up some fucking tendons. So a bit of chest we're going to be using if you have one of these single arm plate loaded chests. Single arms are best. What we don't want is something that moves in a uniform manner where you move the left and the right moves automatically. We want that independent arm. So if you don't have one of these, opt for a dumbbell variation instead. But these are one of the best ones, especially if you're trying to protect the shoulders, if you do this correctly. So what we're looking for is, we want the handles to be around about nipple height. So I want that just one click up. That's perfect. What I want to do here is I want to make sure that I'm planting my feet and driving my hips back into the machine. You'll see a lot of people's hips creeping forward as they try and press out and struggle. That's not what we want. We want to keep all that drive in the pad behind us so we have something to press against. Same as a bench press on this, what we want to be looking at is arching that lower back, pressed against the machine, but keeping the rib cage down. We're going to be rolling the elbows in a little bit, and as we come down, we're going to keep our lats contracted, and as we drive out, keeping all that contraction explode out. Taking that load, this is going to be a part where we come back down to. That point just off where the pads touch, but what I don't want is an overstretch on the shoulders. So, making sure that the handles are in front of the chest, not right alongside where we're just going to be stretching tendons. 5 seconds up, 3, 2, 1, making sure that my elbows look uniformed. A lot of people you'll see have one rotated out or one rotated in. That's usually due to shoulder impingement of some form, so take note. Holding at the top, what I'm not doing is locking my arms out and putting all the load on the elbow. Keeping my shoulders back, and just before complete lockout of the joints, I'm holding it here, 5 seconds. Then eccentric, 5 seconds, and what I'm not doing on this is allowing the shoulders to hitch up and the elbows to come high. I'm keeping those shoulders down, chest up, rib cage down, driving my heels into the floor, hips back. 3, 2, 1. Then we get to that stop point and natural stretch. Don't overstretch. That's your whole point for the 5, and then repeat. Obviously, once we've done this 8 times, just as before, we're going to get down to that bottom load, hold it for that final 5 before exploding back out. Now, everything we've just engaged, everything we've just created in that mind to muscle connection, boom, 12 reps, squeeze, force that blood in, but make that muscle work. And we're only using a light